Welcome to the recorded workshop session for the Marketing Management Distance module.
Good afternoon and welcome again to our second workshop as we deal with the last unit of the marketing module. We'll be dealing with the topic product decisions. Product decisions. Again, you'll find that within the same unit, we are going to deal with all the three module outcomes. They are all going to be involved. We'll also again look at all the learning objectives. I'll go through the objectives by the end of this session. This is one of the longest sessions during this semester. The first objective that we have to be able to cover is by the end of this session, we should be able to introduce the fundamental product concepts. Secondly, we should be able to classify products, have a clear understanding of what level is this product. Thirdly, we should be able to explain product line and product mix decisions. Which lines do these products fall under, and what are the product mix decisions that we have to follow? We will also need to be able to discuss and illustrate brand and packaging decisions. We will need also to explain and know what is meant by product support services. What are the product support services? We'll need also to be able to identify the different types of products. As an organization, you might be having more than one different product, and each of them would be carrying its own branding decision. So these are some of the critical objectives we should be able to understand, be able to carry at the end of this session. To introduce the topic, it is important for each and every company to understand, and also for us as marketing students and marketing people, that when a company sells products, it is not only selling the product, but it is selling more than the product. When a company sells a product, it is not only selling a product, but it is selling more than a product. Why? It sells more than the ingredients within the product. It sells what the product will do to the consumer who will use the product. When a product is designed, for example, a new perfume with a scent may be the last to be developed. The last element that is going to be developed might just be the scent. The manufacturer first researches about women, for example, women's feelings about themselves and their relationships with others. So at the end of the day, when they come up with a particular scent and all the things that they expect, everything is added into it. It will also develop and test the new product concepts that match women's and consumers' changing values and desires and lifestyles. The manufacturer has to select a name for each product that will support the product's positioning and suit the target market. It must also carefully package its perfumes so that the bottle and package support the product's concept and image. When a consumer buys a product, he buys more. The product image, its promises, its scent, its name, and package. The company that makes it, the stores that sell it, all become a part of the total perfume product. It sells a lifestyle, it sells expression, exclusivity, it sells status, femininity, romance, hope, and dreams. So when a person buys a product, they are buying a holistic product with different attributes, features, and benefits. What is the meaning of a product? From a marketing point of view, the definition is satisfy consumer or business needs. So a product must be something. It must be an offering that satisfies consumer or business needs. That is, products provide benefits. Indeed, successful marketers focus on the benefits of a product, supply to the consumers, be it the final consumer or intermediary, such as a retailer. Each and every product has layers of product concepts. A product is more than it seems. It includes everything that a customer receives in exchange. These can be distinguished between 4 distinct layers of the product, namely, 1, the core product, the tangible or actual product, the augmented product, the potential product. Let's look at one at a time. The core product. The first layer of the product is the core product. The first layer of the product is the core product that presents the heart of the product, the main reason of its existence and its purpose. So central to each and every product is that central heart of it, which is really why the product is in existence. It is also the reason that a product gives its purpose. It is the essential benefit or need satisfaction that the consumer expects to obtain from the product. The single biggest mistake made by marketers when they think they are producing and selling a product, they will tend to concentrate and just say that they are selling a what? A product. They are not. What they are in fact doing is producing and selling product benefits. A product benefit is what the customers receives when owning, using, or experiencing a product. The core product consists of the benefits that the product will provide to consumers or business customers. The benefit vary from, e.g., for example, a car provides transportation. It also provides benefits exciting to life, or it may be a statement about status or prestige desired by the buyer. So when a person now goes and says, I want to buy what? A Mercedes-Benz. They are buying it for transportation, that it is able to move them or to carry them from point A to point B. But they don't only want to be able to be moved from one point to another. They also buy a Mercedes-Benz because of its what? Prestige. They want to have a status. They want to make a statement. And they also want to enjoy the benefits that go with it. The tangible product. The second layer, also called the actual physical or formal product, is the physical object, product, or service offered to the consumer. So this is the physical that you can touch. It includes not only the commodity or service, but also unique features of the product, such as the appearance or styling, the package or brand name. For example, cars come with different features. Some have large room interiors, others more economic small engines, some high quality stereo systems, some with built-in phones, and some reclining seats. So these are all special commodities or services that are included. The third level is the augmented product. The third layer is augmented product, that is tangible product plus additional consumer services and benefits. These are the features. These include warranty. It includes credit, delivery, installation, product repairs, and after sales and customer instruction on the use of the product. You don't expect you to buy the product and do not have somebody to assist you in its installation. You cannot buy a product when you know that if it breaks down, it might not be possible to have it repaired. You will not be comfortable to buy a product when you know that it comes with no customer instructions. How are you going to be able to go about it? You also have to understand that, for example, a computer manufacturer might offer installation and then how to use the training on how to use it, and after sales service, going that extra mile by offering an augmented product is typically an effective way for a company to stand out from the rest of the crowd, in that buyers appreciate. Buyers would rather go somewhere where the bulk of the things come as a package. They are given augmenting services for the product. Successful companies add value to their products that will not only satisfy but also delight the customer. Customers are not only looking at a product to be satisfied, but they want to be delighted. They want to be able to enjoy what comes with the product. Okay? The next level is what is known as the potential product. This is defined in terms of its possible evolution. For example, new ways of differentiating itself from competition. When you buy a product, you don't expect a product that is inferior to the competitors. it must reflect such a high level of added value and is so different that it is better against competitors and substitutes. It's able to perform and to do greater things than the other products on the market. Achieving this kind of potential has been one of the foundations of success for such organizations like Kellogg's, right, and Levi's jeans over many years. The ultimate aim of most companies, as in the case of the British Airways and Toyota, is to establish and sustain market leadership. When they become market leaders, they want to remain ahead of the rest. They are second to none in terms of performance and service delivery. And hence, they want to maintain that position. They want to remain there, even within the hearts and minds of consumers. That when consumers think of certain products, they think of none other or no other brands, but the ones that they've been used to. And hence, keeping that in people's minds is central. It is central as a way of differentiating different products on the market. Another way of establishing market leadership is through product differentiation. This occurs when a company is to distinguish its products physically and psychologically from other basically identical competing products. It can be achieved by way of shape. It can be achieved by way of color. It can be achieved by way of dimensions, quality, packaging, and image, or other need-satisfying what? Attributes. This helps a company to be competitive, to survive, and to grow. Remember, we said during the first and the second units that the sole reason why most organizations want to be in business, they want to make money. They also want to be able to be competitive, and that they are able to survive and grow themselves over time. You don't want to be in a business and be struggling day in and day out, but you want to be able to compete and survive, and at the end of the day, be able to grow. A differential advantage is that the ability to deliver superior value to the market for a protracted period of time. The longer you are able to be within the market, the longer you are able to give a different service, the better you stand within any given market. Product image. What is the product image? This encompasses all the previous layers and layers to how the product is perceived by consumers. In other words, it is the total product concept as perceived by consumers, created by all the product attributes and the effect of the marketing what? Instruments. That is distribution, price, marketing, communication. Symbolic and psychological value can, for example, be enhanced through packaging, while marketing communication can also be supported by the product image. For example, or NB, you look at the layers of the circle. How do we classify products? We classify products according to certain criteria. Marketers take decisions that are more closely attuned to specific customers' wants and needs, so that they are able to even change any preconceived ideas that customers have or may have of their particular product. The physical characteristics. Products may first of all be classified by the degree which they represent tangible physical characteristics. For example, durability, or non-durable products and services. So we are looking at a situation where they start from being most tangible to a point where they go to what? Being least what? Tangible. Hence, when we look at that, you'll find that when you look at a motor vehicle, it is a durable product. When you look at a furniture, it is a durable product. When you buy it, you know that it is able to last for at least 4 or 5 or more years. Now, when you look at non-durable products, we are looking at products like toothpaste, bread, fruit, right? When we look at services, we are looking at a plumber. We are looking at 10-pin bowling. We are looking at eating out. There you receive a what? A service. Hence, from being durable, you are looking at what? A situation where this is what? Most tangible to the least end. Durable products. These are products consumed or used over a long period of time. And in most cases, we are looking at least what? 3 years. This includes, like we have seen, cars, furniture, and appliances. Non-durable products. These are consumed and used over a short period of time, a period of 1 year or a few what? Just used for a few uses. They provide benefits for a shorter time and include products such as grocery. Those are items that are considered what? Perishable. You buy them, you have to use them within a week, within a month, if ever they are going to last longer. They are divided into packaged products, for example, toothpaste, detergents and sweets, and also non-packaged products, for example, petrol. Services. Services are intangible benefits. They are purchased by consumers, but do not involve ownership. When you are given a service, you can't own that service. For example, when we buy an airline ticket, we are buying the services offered. For example, getting from point A to point B by occupying a seat in someone's plane. The differences are that customers deliberate more when buying durables and consult a wider range of information sources and spend more time, energy in making decisions on what to buy. When you go out to buy a car, you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to buy a car. You think over it a long time, you research, you find the resources, and you go and test everything else. Then you make a decision at the end of the day, which car that you are going to buy. Durables are also distributed selectively rather than on a widespread basis. Products must address benefits, desires for different product features, and the greater importance warranties, service, customer support, and so on. Non-durable products are purchased in a way that people normally don't have to think on how much they cost and where to get them. They are normally bought or classified under habitual decision making. In these situations, price and availability are often more important than the attributes. Where you get them nearer and it being cheaper is normally what people use to make decisions. Branding is especially important in developing product decisions, as customers rely on brand reputation and or are more likely to be brand loyal. Advertising is more likely to be used to convey images and symbols than to provide information. Distribution is fairly extensive, and sales promotion such as free samples and price cutting are frequently encouraged to encourage consumers to switch to a company's brand. Branding is especially important in developing product decisions, as consumers rely on brand reputation and all are more likely to be brand loyal, right? Advertising is used to try and make the benefits more tangible. Most services are delivered on a person-to-person basis. Communication has to develop both functional and psychological benefit themes, as well as reassuring the potential customers the quality and consistency of the service offered. Consumer products. These are products bought by individual consumers for their personal or family use. So a consumer product is a product that is bought by the consumer for their personal or family use. Marketers in the consumer sector find it useful to classify products and services by the amount of time, money, and risk involved in the purchase decision. The time required for a purchase includes time spent making the actual purchase. The money spent naturally includes the purchase price, but it also includes the cost of searching or evaluating alternatives, as well as the cost of owning and disposing of the product. Risk is involved in making a purchase. Includes social risk. It also includes the customer's peer group might not approve of the purchase. You also look at what functional risk. The product might not perform adequately. And then you also look lastly at the financial risk, where we are saying the consumer may end up wasting money on a bad purchase. Classification of consumer products. Consumer products are classified into first and foremost 3 groups. 1, convenience products. Secondly, shopping products. Thirdly, specialty products. Using the variables of the time, effort, and risk produces 3 common categories of consumer products, as we have highlighted above. Let's look at one by one. Convenience products. These are relatively inexpensive. Convenient products, they are inexpensive consumer products. These are, for example, items like milk, sweets, cigarettes, which are purchased frequently with minimum of comparison and effort. For example, Coca-Cola or a loaf of bread or a taxi ride with very little comparison and effort. You don't have to go and think to say, I want to buy a drink. I want to buy a loaf of bread. You don't take a lot of time. You don't have to to compare. In most cases, you just go and pick. You almost know, because there is brand loyalty. Convenience products are usually low priced and widely available. You can buy milk, from a service station. You can buy milk at a local tuck shop. You can buy milk in a supermarket. It's readily available. You can get convenient products anywhere. You don't even have to go miles to look for it. They are readily available. And hence, when you don't find them at the point where you would have gone, you don't normally have to say, no, let me go to look at the other shop. You normally just buy the next one that is the substitute, or the one brand that is available. Why? Because these are convenience foods. They are very almost similar. The next part we are going to deal with are the staple products. These are bought on regular basis and include products such as milk, Right. So staple foods fall under what? They fall under convenient foods. And we have seen that examples: toothpaste, milk, petrol, bread. Impulse products. These are normally bought with without much pre-planning and effort. Chocolate and magazines which with provocative headlines which grabs your attention to want to read the article. And you also look at products like sweets and cigarette lighters and batteries. Hence, if you go to most shops, to most supermarkets, these you would find them very close to the what? To the till points. Why? When people have already taken all the things that they wanted and they are now queuing to go and pay by the tills. That's where they are normally. And then after giving them just a glance, they almost seem like they are calling your name. And you wish that, why don't I just have a chocolate? Why don't I buy this? Hence, they are positioned in a way that they are so close to where people pass by, and people pick them as they go. We also have what are known as emergency products. These are products that we normally use. And in most cases, when you need them, you need them. You don't have to think twice. They are products that you normally don't buy when you don't need, but you normally buy them in case of emergency. When you need to use them, you need to use them. And hence you go and look for them. These are items like bandages. You look at umbrellas, like during the rain season, when it's raining. You also look at, for example, when you know your pipes at home, your sink, is blocked. And hence you need to look for that degreaser that opens up the what? The pipes. You look at the same time that the price is usually irrelevant, whether it's expensive, whether it's cheap. Why? Because when you need the product, you need the product. So irregardless of its price, whether it's expensive, it means, or it counts to nothing. When you need them, you need them. And hence you just have to what? You just have to buy them. Shopping products. These are products which consumers are likely to spend more time shopping and comparing on specific characteristics. They are more costly and involve more risk than convenience foods, right? Examples are clothing, furniture, cosmetics, and major appliances. They can be divided into uniform and non-uniform products. Uniform products are seen by buyers as similar in quality, but different enough in price to justify shopping comparisons. Product features are more important than price. So when you look at shopping products, the central focus is not on features. The central focus is more on features and not price. Whether it's going to be so expensive, you are not worried about the price. But what you need is, what are the features that come with the product? What are the benefits that I'm likely to get? What are the attributes that the product gives? And under those shopping, you find items like specialty products. Specialty products will be the third level. These are products with unique characteristics for which consumers make a special effort to search for and to buy them. They have a higher level of consumer involvement, and their purchase is often the result of brand loyalty. Substitute products are therefore avoided, and these are products of high status, such as luxury cars, yachts, prestige, Rolex watches, and Gucci handbags, Mercedes-Benz. These are items that, everyone would put on their need, list as it were. The items that you say, one time when I have actually come of age and I've got enough money, these are some of the items that I would really want to have. Why? They're expensive. You cannot just buy them ordinarily. You have to plan. It involves a lot of thinking for you and a lot of money for you to be able to purchase them. It is important to recognize that the same item could either be a convenient or a specialty product. Secondly, that many consumers view certain products categories differently as they lose their distinctiveness. For example, compact disc players were a specialty when they were introduced for playing music with little distribution. As they become more widespread and are so available, they are viewed as what? As shopping products. We see it now when cell phones came, into being. When they started being distributed, they were really like a specialty product. Not many people could afford them. They were offering features which people thought they were only for a selected few. But nowadays, the same, everyone else carries 2, 3, 4 of them. And the whole, relevance of specialty is no longer there, but is now as common as possible, just like any other convenient shopping product. Individual products. Sales to organizations account for much more than sales to final consumers. What we are saying here is that products, the way they are sold, the products sales to organizations are far more than products that are sold to what? To individual consumers. Sorry. These are those bought by individuals and organizations for further processing. So when we talk of sales that are sold to organizations, the organizations are buying those and they are adding them as raw materials for further processing to produce other products. So they are taken more as kits and as parts to produce other products. The distinction between a consumer product and an individual product is based on the purpose for which the product is purchased. The reason, the purpose why you bought the product, that's what gives it the distinction. If a consumer buys a lawnmower for use around the home, the lawnmower is a consumer item, and that is important to understand. If the same consumer buys the same lawnmower for use in a landscaping business, the lawnmower is classified as an industrial product. So the same product can be sold either to an individual and it becomes a what? A consumer product. And then the same product can be sold to a business and it is going to be used for the purposes of the business. It becomes a what? An industrial product. What are industrial products? Industrial products are classified into production goods. What are production goods? Products used to manufacture the final products. And in most cases, they are used as what? Raw materials and manufactured materials and parts. These are products that are used to manufacture the final product. Industrial products are also classified as installation and accessories. Right? What are these? These are buildings, fixed equipment, factory equipment, and office equipment. And are industrial products that support manufacturing what? Process. Right? They support manufacturing process and not used for manufacturing the final what? Product. Industrial products are also used as supplies and services. Operating supplies, repair items, and advertising services. They are products that support the manufacturing process but are not part of it. They do not enter the final product at all. So supplies and services, they don't enter the final product, but they are used to support manufacturing process, but they are not within the final product itself. Product line decisions. A product line is a product, is a group of products that are closely related because they function in a similar manner, are marketed through the same types of outlets, or fall within given price ranges. For example, Colgate Palmolive shampoo is an example of a product line for dry, normal, oily, damaged, or delicate hair. So you find that a product line can actually end up having different dimensions that it follows. It can be actually distributed by different outlets, and then it can, fall within given price ranges. Trading down. When we look at trading down, we are saying that companies locate at the high end of the market, offering more expensive, prestigious products. Later stretch their lines downward. That is offering less expensive, less prestigious product. What we are saying here, a company might start producing products that are very expensive. For example, if you look at, Apple, when they started producing iPhone 5, they started with one that was very expensive, and at the end they ended up stretching downwards, and they ended up making, instead of making the iPhone 5U, they now have an iPhone C and so forth, which are less prestigious, which are less expensive than the original one. Here is the diagram of trading up. What we are saying here, the company starts here. This is the present the present product, and now they are trading upward to make a new product, meaning that the product that starts here as the present one, it is a less prestigious product, and it is also less expensive, and hence when they trade upward, they increase features, and the same product would increase its price, and also it becomes more expensive and more prestigious. Hence, it becomes a high-end type of product. If the product was supposed, we were talking of the present product, and we are trading down, the present product will be up here, and then the new product will be down, meaning that we will start with a product that is high, at the high end. It will be expensive, it will be also prestigious, and then we end up making one that is a bit inferior, a bit low in terms of prestige and also price, and then hence we will be trading downward. And then we combine the two, trading down and trading up. Now, when you are trading up and trading down, you are having the current product in the middle. And then what you do from the middle, you either trade up and you increase its price and also how prestigious it is by going up, and you can also trade downward, reduce its price and lessen its status and prestigiousness. Hence, it becomes a bit low in terms of price and prestige. Product mix decisions. When we talk of product mix decisions, what are we saying? We are saying that a product mix is the set of all product lines, right? So we are mixing all the product lines that a particular company offers for sale. You can pick any company and you look at all the products that the company sells. A company's product mix can be described as having a certain breadth, right? How many lines that product have. Secondly, it can also be described in terms of depth, all right? Where you are saying now a number of the different units in the product line, how many are they? That's the depth. And then lastly, you also look at consistency, where you are saying that to how closely related are the various product lines that are in use in that organization. How related are they, the product lines? Okay? Brand decisions. When you talk of brand decisions, you need to be able to understand what a brand is. Hence, what is a brand? And we are saying that a brand is defined as a name, a term, a design, a symbol, or other features that identifies your product as different from those of the competitors. Okay? Benefits of branding. What are the benefits of branding? The benefits are three. One, to the consumers. Two, to the manufacturer. Three, to the retailer. Let's look at the benefit to the consumers. The first thing that comes is that it is easier to identify the what? The product. Secondly, communication of features and benefits. A consumer is able to communicate and understand the features and the benefits, right? It also reduces what? Risk in purchasing and creates interest and character. So these are the benefits to the consumer. Again, there are also benefits to the manufacturer. It helps to create loyalty. When people get to understand and to know the product, they remain so loyal to the product. It also creates differential advantages, that you understand the advantages that come with the product, and allows premium pricing. You are able to charge prices at a what? At a premium. And lastly, facilitates product diversification. You are able to diversify and go into other lines and bring in other angles that are related within your organization. The last one of the categories is the retailer. What are the benefits to the retailer? The benefits from brand marketing support by the manufacturer, right? And secondly, it attracts more customers to the retailer when they know that a product is branded. People prefer a product that is well known, that has been on the market for what? For some time. You as students, I want you to go and look at these terms. You have to be able to understand them. Understand, we have already looked at a brand, and we now know the definition of a what? A brand. I want you now to go and look what the term brand name means. Go and find every information about that. Also go and look at the information of what a brand mark is, and fully acquaint yourself with that meaning. And then next, again, I want you to be able to look at the meaning of a trademark. What is a trademark in terms of brand decisions? Lastly, I want you to understand what a copyright is. Types of brands. Manufacturer brands. These are designated, owned, and used by manufacturer as producer of the product, right? So manufacturer brands are used by the what? By the manufacturer, okay? And then there are also what are known as what? Private brands. These are designated, owned, and used by a wholesaler or retailer. It is sometimes called a dealer or store what? Brand. Examples that we can find here is, you can go to Pick and Pay, you will see what are known as what? No-name brands. Those are designated and owned by what? By Pick and Pay as a retailer. We also know the other ones that are known, those are the two main ones, but there are also what are known as generic brands, right? What is a generic brand? A generic brand is a branded product that is identified only by its product category, such as tea and paper towels. They have a plain look and are unbranded, plainly packaged, and less expensive version of common products, such as spaghetti and canned peaches. The first one is what are known as family brands. This brand is assigned to an entire line or mix of product items. For example, the Heinz makes Heinz beans, they make Heinz soup and tomato ketchup. We also look at individual brands. This is a separate brand assigned to an individual item, right, within a product line. For example, SAB Miller's beer products, Lion Lager, Castle Lager, black label. Okay, and then we have what are known as company name with brand. Some manufacturers want to use their company names along with other individual brand name for each product. For example, Kellogg's are very good at that. Every Kellogg product carries the name what? Kellogg. And then they then give it its own individual brand name. Like, for example, it becomes Kellogg's Raisin Bran, or Kellogg's All Bran Flakes, or Kellogg's Corn Flakes. There are also other branding issues, and these are two: brand extension and brand equity. What is a brand extension? A brand extension strategy is any effort to use a successful brand name to launch new or modified what? Product. So you are extending from one original product to actually launch a new or modified product. Brand extension saves the manufacturer the high cost of promoting new names and creates instant brand recognition of the new product. At the same time, if the new product fails, it may hurt consumer attitude towards the other company products. Secondly, a brand equity. This refers to the value of a brand name. For example, Gillette and Coca-Cola are investing heavily in advertising in an attempt to re-emphasize their brands instead of using price-oriented promotion. Brand equity is therefore seen as the added value that a brand name brings to a product beyond the product functional value. Let's now look at packaging. What is packaging? What does packaging mean? It is defined as those activities in the product decision which pertain to the design, manufacturing and filing of the container or wrapper with the product item in such a way that the product item can be protected, stored, handled, transported, and identified effectively and marketed successfully. So what is important with any packaging? The first thing, first and foremost, it is to protect the product. And then you have the other issues so that it becomes easier to store the product and then to handle the product and also to identify it and market it successfully. Types of packaging, we have got a number. The first one is what is known as family or individual packaging. Family packaging denotes either a general uniformity or uniformity with regard to one or several principal features of the packaging used for a line of a product. And then we have what is known as special packaging. Purpose is to give a product an extensive image. It is particularly popular for gifts. Hence, you find that gifts normally carry their own packaging to give them that special image. We have again what is known as the reusable packaging. The containers are designed so that they can be used to contain something else once the original content are used up. The next one is what is known as multiple packaging. The strategy here entails the packaging of related products in a single container, as in the case of Dio, shaving cream and hairsprays for men. It various types of sweets, toothbrush and toothpaste, razors and razor blades. Multiple packaging is particularly useful as a means of introducing a new product and to win brand recognition. We then have the kaleidoscopic packaging. Here we are talking of, this is a strategy that is implemented by regularly altering certain details in the packaging. The intention is to create a demand for the product by creating demand for the packaging. So you are constantly changing the packaging so that the more people demand the packaging, they also end up demanding the what? The product. So they are doing a catch-22, making sure that using one way to attract the other and then to catch the other. The more the packaging is, good looking, that attracts people to what? To want to buy the product. We then look at labeling. What is a label? A label is the printed material that appears on a product package. Labels have a strong functional dimension in that they include certain warnings and instructions, as well as information required by law or by best industrial practice or industry practice. For example, information like the weight, the volume, the barcode, or the contact address of the producer. You also look at the consumer demand. It is also now leading to make sure that each and every product is labeled with information such as ingredients, nutritional value, and product environmental friendliness. Product support services. As important product component is customer service, which describes the assistance provided to help a customer with the purchase or use of a product, a service that augments the actual product. Customer service, a major component of relationship marketing, applies to both product and services. So customer relationship marketing is important in that it is part of product support services. Why? You need to be able to create a relationship between the consumer and the manufacturer. Why? It is good for both of them. It is good for the manufacturer because the manufacturer is going to be guaranteed what? Repeat business. When the consumer want to buy the product, they will think of no one else. They will go nowhere else. But they will come back to the same manufacturer and buy their what? Their product. Hence, to the manufacturer, this differentiates the competitor and gives the firm that marketing what? Advantage. Let's now look at new product development. Product new development is one of the central roles of marketing, where within a marketing department, an organization, a firm, a business, it must be able to constantly come up with new products or rejuvenate certain products or re-emphasize them so that when they come to compete, they have new features, they do have new benefits, they have new attributes that can help them to do well. There are types of products. New products are categorized in terms of how they are perceived by business and the marketplace. The first type of a new product is what is known as new to the world products. So we are saying that these are products, inventions that create entirely new categories. The products involve the most risk because they are new to both the firm and the market. So it's a new product to world products. So it is new to the producer. It is also new to the marketplace. The second one is what is known as new to the marketer products. Now, this product is new to the marketer, but it is already being offered in the marketplace by another competitor. So it is a product that is already there. But this organization now is marketing this product for the first time. The next one is what is known as line extensions. This is a product that applies the marketer's brand to new products that supplement a firm's what? Established product line. For example, a new page size flavor or a new application, right? So it's basically an extension of what is already there. And then we find what is known as a repositioned what? Product or repositioned products. Here, a product is marketed in a new way to change its position in the marketplace. Remember, we have already looked at what positioning, and we have said this is not only about what location, but it is more of perception. It is more of the image. So you are repositioning it to change its the perception consumers have about the place. We get that as an example from the Holiday Inn Group. The Holiday Inn Group has even gone to reposition their hotels into different categories. For example, they do have the Crown Plaza, which is the top-notch range of their hotels. And then secondly, they do have the Holiday Inns, which is the second level. And then they have the Crown The Crown Courts. So they have differentiated them into three categories in terms of prestige and also in terms of price. We also have what are known as improved products. An improved product, this is an improved version of an existing product which provides better performance or greater perceived value. This is the least risky and least innovative category. Yet a great deal of attention must still be paid to marketing, such as a product to achieve success. For example, we find that with Apple, in terms of their iPad, iPhone, and also we find that with the hardware and software such as Microsoft Office. The new product development process. Now, for an organization, a firm, a company to develop a new product, they have to go through a certain process. Now, the first stage of that process is what is commonly known as idea generation, where within that organization, people have to sit together and try and come up with ideas. Sources of customers, sources normally of new ideas would normally come from customers. They normally come from competitors. They come from your suppliers. They come from employees. They come from research and development staff. And they come from top management. The second level is what is known as idea screening. You have said and you've come up with so many ideas. You have heard of a lot of ideas coming from all the other people, the competitors, the research, the top management, the employers. But what is now important is to sit down and then screen the ideas so that you can say that of these ideas given, which is the one that can stand the test of time, which is the one that can be the best for us to pursue at the current moment. The next stage is what is known as the concept testing. You need to be able to test the concept to see if it is going to withstand the test of time, to see if it is going to work before you waste a lot of resources developing and being able to analyze and putting the product onto the market. And then the next stage now is to do what is known as a business analysis. With the business analysis, you are now taking yourself and going to the market to fully see what is happening within the market. What are the current trends? How much competition is there on the market? Who are the customers? Who are the consumers? How are their, how is the buying structure? Are they so much in need of the product? Is there so much fierce competition? Or is there so much money, disposable money on the market that people are going to be buying, the product? So you need to have a holistic picture of the market. What is going on? Is there so much demand of the product within the market? And having done that, you then come back and now sit and do the product development. Here now you do the real product. You come up with the real product. You develop the real product. And then when you have developed it, you now take the market into the product into the market for testing. The product is offered for sale in limited areas. The product that is being tested, you sell it in limited areas, and over time you are able to measure the costs that you are incurring, and also the sales that you are making. And then after that, you then do the full commercialization. As soon as you have seen the information that the product is in demand, people are buying it, they love it, then you produce it in what? In volume. And you start producing the product and you launch it onto the market. And then there's another term that is important that you must know, what is known as rolling launch. Now, the organization builds towards national coverage. You are no longer targeted a limited area, but you are now taking it or rolling it nationally. You are now rolling it in a wider territory, wider space. And you start out at 1 or 2 recognized what? Using distribution areas. And then gradually what? Add it to new retail and or outlets. The consumer adoption process. This refers to the mental process through which an individual moves from first hearing about an innovation through to the final adoption. And hence, if we look at this diagram, we'll see that at the bottom here, it says time of adoption of innovation. And we are saying that if you look at the graph, now it tells you the time, how long people take to adopt a certain what? A certain product. Now, we find that the first stage here, we only have 2.5%. And these are what are known as what? Innovators. And then the second level here, we've got 13.5%. These are the early what? Adopters, right? And then we have the third level, which is 34%. These are the early majority. And we have the fourth one, 34%, late majority. And then lastly, the end there, we have got 16%. These are the laggards. We then look at the product life cycle. What is a product life cycle? A product life cycle is just like a biological being. They have specific life cycles. They are developed, right? And we call that phase prenatal phase. They are placed on the market for the first time. We call that being born. They compete in the market and reach maturity. We call that the maturity phase. And eventually, they are withdrawn from the market. And we say that they have what? They die. Right? So in any situation, when you look at products, what we are saying is, right, with a product life cycle, we are saying just like any human being, a human being is conceived, they are born, and after they are born, what therefore happens is you end up finding a situation where they grow, they start growing. So just like with any other organization, what happens is you find that an organization or a product has to be developed, and we call that the prenatal phase. And then when it grows, we say that it is what it has gone through the process of being born, and now it is reaching what? The maturity phase. And finally, what happens? It then eventually is withdrawn from the market. Why? Because it's no longer moving, it's no longer selling, and the only thing is it is now old, it is now tired, and the only way is that it must die, and hence it must be removed from the what? From the market. So these are some of the decisions that are made within an organization. So to just sum up, we started and we said we were going to deal with what? Product decisions. And we have seen a number of different what? Product decisions that are made. We have dealt, if we are to start from the bottom, we have dealt with product life cycle. We have dealt with the consumer adoption process, the stages that people go through. We have dealt with the new product development. We have dealt with labeling. We dealt with packaging. We dealt with the different decisions that are made within organization on what to do and how to go about it. Now, this is important for any organization to go through all these stages. And I'm hoping you learned one or two things and that it is going to help you. It is important that you thoroughly look at all this work, go through your textbook, read them thoroughly, prepare for the examinations. And I mean, if you go through them in earnest, you are sure you are going to be able to pass. You need to just get to know them, understand them. And like I said at the beginning, all this knowledge that we are acquiring, we are not acquiring to just know it, but you should be able to apply it in real life. Thank you so much. I will see you.